Jace, practice today. How's everything going? You shaping up for the game on Saturday?
Yeah, this has been a really good week. Obviously, we've been kind of on the go since the Blitz. We've just had games after games, travel after travel. So it's been kind of nice this week to get a little bit of rest off the back of a tough road trip last week. Like obviously going to Perth and all the way to Sydney was a big one, and just settle in and keep improving. Like I feel like we've been improving, but obviously that hasn't equated to wins, which is what sport is all about.
Yeah, sort of with this side, sort of a lot of new additions coming together this season. How is everyone sort of coping and getting along?
Everyone's frustrated. Like we all are competitors. We all want to win, but there's probably also a bit of realisation of where we were at and where we've come from and where we're trying to get to. Now, we don't have a lot of time, obviously. We need to put some wins on the board. But I do think we've been playing pretty decent basketball for patches for the last 2 weeks. It just hasn't resulted in wins. So now for us, it's how we get over that hump and how we keep pushing through those patches where it does get a bit ugly, and then also how we extend patches where we're really, really good.
Yeah, what's some of the big noticeable areas that you need to improve on and the team needs to improve on as well?
I think it's just a collective. Like I think as a group, we can't have lulls, and it comes from obviously bench input and also just people subbing in and out of the game. We need to be able to pick up where people leave off, and those patches where we do really well and play good basketball, we just have a quick drop off, and then we allow people to get back in the game. And then also at those lulls, we get in a slide where we have to fight our way back. And when you in this league get too far down, you kind of have to be perfect to get back in games, and that's hard to do.
CJ, there's been a little bit of heat on him. Is there any sort of pressure do you feel in your position?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you coach in this league, there's going to be pressure on you, especially when you're OFA. Look, we all love C. He's putting stuff in place. As we spoke about before, there's a lot of new faces coming together. We've played in different ways through the pre-season, which probably hasn't helped us, but we've kind of found a little bit of who we are, and CJ's... I'm a big fan of his, and he's doing all he can to help us get wins.
Yeah, how does he sort of keep the morale high when you haven't got a win yet, but you're getting close?
It's a hard one because I guess in sport, when everyone hears the pressure, everyone sees it, everyone can hear the talk. I guess is more than the pressure. But I think for C, he's a bubbly person, and sometimes it's about just being yourself. If you can continue to be yourself through these situations, it can rub off on other people the right way, and as a group, we just have to respond.
How do you get the points against Illawarra on Saturday night? How do you beat them?
We've got to really go after them defensively. Obviously, they played last night, so we've got to turn it into a war over 40 minutes. They've got a lot of firepower, especially with Robinson and Harvey. We need to control them as best we can. I don't think you're ever going to stop people like that, but if we can do a decent job and make them work hard at both ends, it'll go a long way for us to win.
You're going to be in the pink jumper as well. That means it's going to be a lot, and especially in front of a big home crowd too. Maybe that can help you guys.
Yeah, I think anytime you get to play at home, especially in tough situations where you've been maybe on the road or struggling to find a win, it's always a nice feeling. Obviously, wearing the pink jersey represents. It's more than. Everyone gets caught up. We play basketball. It's not the end of the world, but it does feel like that at times. And when you get to put on a jersey like pink and you're supporting breast cancer, you realise that it's more than just a game. And there's a lot more going on in the world, some way worse than us losing basketball games. And so it kind of puts it into perspective. But it'll be a nice thing to do to represent. Obviously, hope to fundraise a lot of money, and then having a big crowd at home is all the recipe for hopefully a nice win.
In saying that, there's just a bit of a side topic. There is that situation going on overseas. The war. Do you know of any basketball players being caught up with the Israeli-Palestine conflict at the moment?
Obviously, from afar, I don't know a lot about it, but trying to see what's going on. And I just knew of obviously Antonius Cleveland, who was here last year. So I just sent a message to the people I do know him specifically, just checking that he was safe and everything was all right. Obviously, there's a lot going on, a lot way above my head and that I don't know about, but I just more checked to see some people that were over there were safe and okay.
And how did he respond in the end?
There was obviously a lot going on. He said they were stuck where they were, but there was plans for them, their team, to move, and they were trying to get people out. And so basically, as I spoke to him, they were in the process of being moved, and they were out and they're safe and they're all good, which is nice to hear for him and his family.
Yeah, I was going to say, it must be a relief to, people that know him back here, played basketball with him, must be a bit of...
Yeah, obviously he had, I think, a pretty good reputation here with the way he played and the way he went about it. And I've never played alongside him, but he's one of those guys that always seemed like a genuine guy. And Yeah, look, you just want to know people are safe. Obviously, there's always going to be things going on in the world, and to know that people and their families are safe is always a nice feeling.